Personalizing your Clever page. So right now I'm at my teacher pages. If you're a new teacher, you might not have anything here. It'll be a blank. So you would start with creating a page. If you have used Clever before, maybe you want to create multiple pages for different students or different groups if you want. But most of the time, we would just create one page, one teacher page. So I'm going to hit add. Here's page. And it'll default to your teacher page. So right here it says A. DeChico's page. So let's say I'll change that quick. I'll just write Mr. D. One way to personalize your Clever page is to change the image. They have generic characters that they use. So you might want to personalize that. So one way to do it is to find some clip art on Google Images. So I have a tab open here. And let's say I want this image right over here. So I'm using a Chromebook, so I have the option to do a screen capture using this pen tool at the bottom right. So I'm going to click the pen tool, and I'm going to choose screen capture. And I can use the crosshair to highlight what I would like to capture. All right, but I'm going to actually do it over here. I wanted to show how to do that. There you go. I'll click capture, and then it creates a screenshot of that. And that will go to my downloads folder. So I'm going to click show in folder quick. So I'm in my downloads folder, and right here it says screenshot. So what I like to do is click down with two fingers and rename it. I already have an example here that says Mr. D. So I'll just leave that one alone. I like to rename it in case I have to search for it. There we go. So I'm going to go back to Clever page. Here's personalize. Very easy. Click that. There's some default characters. I can change my background colors over here. So I like blue, so I'll leave it blue. But I'm going to change my picture. I'm going to upload. And I'm in my downloads folder. Right over here. Here's my clip art. Click on it. Open. You see a little icon there. Click save. And now there's my image. Another way to personalize your Clever page is to create categories. So at the bottom right, you're going to see this green button, create. And top on a list is categories. Pops in a category, says untitled. So let's call that general. Any general information. I'll click create again. Another category. We're going to call this math. Maybe I want to put some math links. Let's put some reading links. Now I want my general to be up top. So I added those categories, but it's in the bottom. But you're going to notice that I have arrows here. So I'm going to move those arrows so I can move the general up to the top. So I would like to see that first. Now let's say I want a link here for the students. So under general, I'm going to create a link to my website. So what I like to do is usually open a website first. So I keep it open in a tab so I can quick grab the links. All right. Second is I'll have my clip art ready to go, just as we did before. So I'm going to do a quick screen capture so I can personalize it. I'm going to make a little box over here. Capture. I won't rename this one. Save some time here. Now I'm going to go to my website. Right here's the address. So I'm going to come over to the address, and I'm going to go to the little share button here. And I'm going to copy the link. Go back to Clever. Now I'm going to go back to the create, and you have the option to create a link. So I'm going to create my own link here. So I'm going to click that. It says paste link. So I'm going to hit Control V to paste. I'm going to title it. I'm going to put the Chicos, and I believe it was kindergarten. I'll put K, the Chicos K. It's going to stay in general, but if I could change the category if I wanted to, it's in the general category. Now I'm going to go to upload. And right here's my screenshot. Choose that. Looks like everything's good. I click add link. And there's my link. So right now, this is not visible to students. But as soon as I change the share settings right over here on the side, it says share my teacher page. Okay. I'm going to click it. I have the option to just share it with the certain classes. But I'm going to choose all my students and update. So now, as a homeroom teacher, if you create your own page, it will automatically pop up on your students' Clever homepage. As soon as they go to Clever, they'll see Mr. D. Now, the other thing I'd like to do, or what's helpful, is to have a link that will take the kids directly into your Google Classroom. So the same concept, All right, let's screen capture one of these. I'm going to make it look different from the district one. So I'll use the pen tool, screen capture. And I like this one because it has a little computer. It looks different than they would see on their Clever page for the main one. I'm going to capture. It's going to be in my folder. I won't change the name, but I could if I wanted to. Now I'm going to go over here. So I'm inside my Google Classroom. So this would be your Google Classroom, and it has a different link. The main classroom link would just say classroom.google.com, and that will take the kids to all their Google Classrooms. But if you want them to specifically go or reach your specific Google Classroom, you would share this link. So I'm going to click share, copy, come back to Clever, create, link. Let's paste that. Control V. Mr. D's Google Classroom. All right. I'm going to leave that in general. Let me upload my pic. Here's my Google Classroom pic. And there you go. So now let me close. I'm going to close that tab that had my Google Classroom. Let's say I click here. That will take me directly into my Google Classroom. If I click this link, that will take me to my kindergarten links. All right, I hope that helps.